Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
Buenos días, señor.
No sé. I don't know.
300 days of learning Spanish for Zach. How about that?
Tomorrow, I think. I went to the
Tomorrow.
Dominican Republic. I went to the Dominican Republic last year, Punta Cana. Is that where I went?
Yep.
And they all spoke Spanish. And I felt bad afterwards where all I knew was hola.
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Yeah, no, their beer sucks. El Presidente is
but I would think Miller Lite is Miller Lite there, no?
They don't have
Or were
it.
they not able? Oh.
Couldn't find it. So I downloaded Duolingo like as soon as I got back, and I've been learning Spanish every day. No, I went through high school. I took, and maybe even college, I took Spanish 4 times.
I took it 3 times. So you win.
Day 299, yeah. 300 as well. So yeah. That's the language you did in high school, college, or?
It was, yeah. Yeah. Then when I was in Germany, I did take German when I was there.
Do you recall any of that?
Yeah, I do. It's yeah, I can pull back some of that, some of those memories from back in the day. If I have a couple of cervezas, then it's amazing how much more I'm able to reach back into the old memory bank. I think that the biggest thing for me when it came to learning a language, particularly German, was I remember talking to someone in Germany, and they were saying that yeah, you talk like a 2 or 3 year old, and like that totally got my head. And so it takes a couple of loggers, if you will, to get past that sounding like a 2 or 3 year old. Then you just don't even care anymore. And
in Germany you can drink at 2 or 3, so
true,
appropriate.
Yeah,
I actually like the way that Duolingo teaches you in some ways, like their repetition so quickly. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. So I would assume they're a very large business. I haven't looked at the data on them. But speaking of, well, I don't know how to transition this, so I'm not going to try. But we're excited for today's guest, someone who new to the area about 6 months, 7 months or so. Her name is Luthra. She's with 757 Defend. You might have seen her in some of the Innovate Hampton Roads Instagram videos and YouTube videos announcing going through the 757 Defend,
which is
Accelerator
757 Collab.
Imagine that. I mean, I feel like it just, every word in the dictionary, it's going to be 757 this at some point. Is that the goal of that organization? It's got to be.
Well, I mean, it's certainly a strong branding play.
We're trying.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You have an audience of 1 with you in the office, I believe. You have your 7-year-old puppy. Yeah.
Brought him in. He was super excited. He needed to smell every single corner of the office. And right before this, I actually took him out to pee, and he decided he didn't want to come back inside. That's fine. I don't want to come back inside either. But he wanted to sit in the living room of assembly, and I tried to pull him into our office, and he just threw a fit, and he just decided he wanted to lay there for a little bit.
So who's watching him right now?
Me.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, so my parents are in town, but they're at a hotel right now. So he's
so he's literally on the living room of assemblies, just chilling there?
Right now he's right next to me. He's laying down.
Got it. Okay.
But he was getting belly rubs from the 757 Collab staff earlier.
Well, I wouldn't want to leave either.
Right? Yeah.
Well, welcome both of you to the show. We're excited to have you. So, a few weeks ago, you luckily were able to open a package live at the Startup World Cup. Not planned. In that package was a jean jacket, the infamous jean jacket of mine. You probably don't even know the story behind that. I'm the president of the Jean Jacket of America Club. And That's not real. But what were your just thoughts on that?
Yeah. What the hell is going on? I have no idea what this even means.
Well, I have to say, the whole event was, first of all, phenomenal and like full of twists and turns. And you guys definitely like pulled it off. Like I was laughing, smile on my face the whole time. But oh my God, walking into my seat, I did notice a package in front of me, but I didn't think twice. I think I should have like
the dogs had already gone through and snipped everything out. It was secure.
Yeah. Right. And like, they say, if you see something, say something. I probably should have done that, but it just didn't cross my mind. But
my name was on it.
What? Your name was
my name was on it.
I didn't even pick it up. I didn't even think twice. I don't know, like nothing was going on in my brain at that moment. You guys had me so entertained. I could not even like process what's in front of me.
I appreciate you saying that. And it's really funny because like we saw each other a day or two before.
You lied to her.
And I felt, and I told Zach, I was like, man, I just had to tell a little lie. Because I don't know if you remember this, but you were like, yeah, that'd be really cool if you can get a t-shirt cannon. And I totally just changed the subject and went ahead with conversation. So I don't know if I lied to you saying that we couldn't get one, or I think maybe I was like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool, knowing that we had one already had lined up. So I would like to come clean. And
I love how like this is still on your conscience, like right now. Like this has been like weighing on you so heavily, right?
Well, you did feel bad. You told me.
Hey, I forgive you. It's all good.
Well, thank you. I will sleep a little bit better tonight. I appreciate that.
Do you think anyone's actually recovered the first shirt that went like to deck 4? Yeah.
Oh my God, that was like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe the cleaning crew.
My buddy Gary Locke went to the Super Bowl's like opening fan session a few years ago with his friend, and they had this is the one in Vegas, and they have what are those things called? T-shirt guns. And the guy who's shooting it at him, it hits this guy, and he the guy he's with, and he actually, as he's getting it, he twists and twists his ankle. So he actually has to leave the facility in a wheelchair because he can't walk because the gun was going so hard. And so Gary, from this moment, has been like, no, I think this guy turned this thing up and was really trying to hurt my friend. Because they're like, it was on like full blast, and they're like row 5.
Wow.
And so it hits him, and he's like 60-something years old. His name is Billy. I've never met him, but I thought it would be good to get his name out there. Not sure if that's a real name or not. But so then Gary is at the World Cup a few weeks ago, and he's like, I knew it. I saw the guy turn down the power, and that other guy was trying to take my friend out with that T-shirt gun. So, a mystery has been solved that those T-shirt cannons have speed levers.
Oh, yeah, because for those that, spoiler alert, there is a person inside the mascot. And yeah, if there's any kids watching. So backstage in the green room talking to Riptide, he was like, yeah, I thought, he's like, I had it turned down like all the way, and it still went up in the upper deck. But like the line of vision is in that suit is obviously very, very narrow.
So we walked in on him. Never, I shouldn't say this. Never mind. We didn't know he had arrived yet. Let's just say that. But anyway, thank you for coming. It was a great event. I'm sure there'll be more in the future. Yeah. So what brought you to town was this partnership with the Mid-Atlantic Tech Bridge to create the region's first defense-focused accelerator.
Even backing up beyond that, you relocated from California, right? Outside of LA, is that correct?
Yeah, no, I was in LA. Also working with a tech bridge, doing similar things to what we're doing here with the Mid-Atlantic Tech Bridge. So yeah, I moved all the way across the country.
Did you even know what a Hampton Roads was?
No, I had no idea. When they're like, oh, you're gonna have to relocate to Norfolk, I was like, let me Google that really quickly. And then I noticed it was only 3 hours away from DC, and I was like, oh, I can see my friends. So, and my family's in Georgia, so I was like, this is perfect.
What was the first like city word that you knew from this area? What city did it take first, or what moniker did it take for you to be like, oh, I've actually heard of that place before?
Virginia Beach.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah, and I guess 757 too.
You had,
because I mean, like Pharrell and like Pusha T, they're from here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tim has a Pusha shirt.
I do. I'm not wearing it today though.
Choose love.
Today is Thursday, so I have to go with. It's not that it's Thursday. Well, disregard.
It's a Bills shirt,
I'm wearing my Bills shirt because this is my game day shirt that I'm wearing today as we play tonight. So,
will you stay up to watch the whole game?
I will. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so LA to the old 757. Here you are. Now, were you like how early into this discussion of them bringing this here were you? Like, where does that come in? Had they already established it? Did they bring you in late, like after it? Like, where are you in the whole? How'd you get here, basically?
Yeah, they had already decided that they were going to do the Defense Technology Accelerator, and like kind of had set up a little bit of what it could look like, but there was nothing. There was like no like formal frameworks there or anything like that. So I came in kind of like at the beginning. They had I helped like them with that, like the application process, like how are we gonna recruit applicants and things like that, and like came in like right at the moment, right at the start, and kind of it was like April when I came in, and we like closed applications, let's say like in May, June. And by mid-July, we had our final cohort, and then August we kicked off. So really just like did everything from the start.
I am deferring the next question because in right with 757 Defend, the Air Force base here is defending our
oh, I got it. I'm like, what is he doing?
Land with defending your area.
Yes.
Okay, so are there a lot of these tech bridges? Like, is that a thing?
Like, yeah, there's like let me just make sure I get this number right. But there's I think around 12 tech bridges.
And are they all kind of based around the same thing, like civilians to military?
Yeah, so like think of it as like literally a tech bridge, like bridging technology and like local ecosystem with naval needs. So it's like it's a bridge between like having to like the accelerating the technologies into the Navy. And there's also 2 international locations. One is in London, one's in Japan.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's super cool. I wish do other services, do you know, other than the Navy have this? I mean, it just makes so much sense to accelerate the technology, and certainly clearly they know the needs of the warfighter. Mm-hmm. And then you all facilitate those requirements into the startups, and it just makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, other services definitely have things like this. Like you'll have like SpaceWorks, AFWorks, different things to like really bring in small businesses into like the DoD ecosystem and help accelerate those technologies and potential warfighters.
Have you always been interested in like the defense aspect of stuff? Is that something like you grew up wanting to do, or how did you get into that world?
Yeah, ever since I was a little girl, I thought, you know what, F-15s are super cool. No,
you really sold that well, by the way.
Thanks. Maybe I'll go into like acting next or something. But no, when I went to American for undergrad and really thought I was going to be a diplomat and like save the world via diplomacy. But then my first job out of college was like an aerospace defense consultant, like helping bigger companies like get their needs and wants into the NDAA, and basically like being a lobbyist. And then kind of from there moved into more of the startup world, and then got into the intersection of startup and defense. And yeah, so I would say like I accidentally kind of like stumbled into it, but it's pretty great so far.
What came first, LA or fashion? Or did LA bring out the fashion?
Fashion for sure. Yeah. I was only in LA. Fun fact, I was only in LA for 6 months though. Before
really?
that, DC. Yeah.
Wait, so you lived in DC and had never heard of this region?
You know what? We should take a poll in DC of how many people know about this region.
Well, that's just right. Like
they know Virginia Beach, though, right?
Rova Nova.
Yeah, that's fair. But DC is really Northern Virginia too. At least I think most people that live in Northern Virginia would say that. Like geographically, people just are like, "Oh, I've heard of DC." You know, I mean, to point on it on a map, like difficult thing. I don't think most people can do that. What? So American is in DC proper, right?
Yeah.
What'd you study there?
International relations.
Got it. The whole diplomacy thing.
Yeah, it makes sense now, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah, totally. I mean, we have the love of jets, the love of fashion, the love of international relations.
Yeah.
You got it all covered. We're good.
The whole works in this. Yeah.
Okay, so 757 Defense started a couple weeks ago. 11 weeks, 12-ish companies, something like that, from all over the country, I believe. When I remember when I had first talked to you about this, one of the things I had mentioned was it's really hard to work with the government. It's really hard to work with the military, but you guys kind of have an inside to get them to start working on these projects a little differently. Can you just kind of go into how that works, how that was established, and what people can expect out of this?
Yeah, I think one of like the big takeaways from this program and why this accelerator program is different than any other accelerator program, particularly when it comes to defense, why it's so different is because we focus on transition. And we recruited 12 companies for 5 different critical needs. And those 5 needs came out of different kind of commands or SMEs, government subject matter experts who like really found that this was a problem and that we need to solve this problem, we need to solve this need. So some of them include like unmanned surface vehicle enablers, we have multi-domain targeting, decision advantage, things like that. And we recruited these companies based off of that to kind of solve these critical needs. So they are actively working right now with their government SME, their government expert, to tackle these problems and to either use their technology to service like a specific mission or problem or whatever it is, or even like create a new aspect of their technology to service that mission or the problem. And I think that that's super unique. Not a lot of programs do that. They'll be walking out of this program with some sort of tangible agreement. We already have one company that is working on a CRADA, which is cooperative research agreement, something along those lines. So they're working on that with one of the warfare centers, which is insane, like to be able to do that and to have such great interaction and like engagement with these government people so early on and so quickly in the process. It's really accelerating the acceleration of their technologies within the need.
Mm-hmm. What so you hinted towards this a little bit. Will this or maybe during the program or after, will that help set them up for like a cyber sitter type of opportunity, or does it even go a step beyond that from a funding standpoint too?
Yeah, so a lot of these companies like have dabbled with SIBRs and sitters, and that could be a viable option for them. It's really up to the company and the government SME to determine what is like the best course of action for their engagement, their working engagement. It could be a SIBR sitter, it could be an OTA, other transaction authority, it could be CRADA, it could be whatever is going to work best for them, is kind of like what we told them and what they're kind of working towards. So different companies will have different needs, and different government SMEs will have different needs for those companies as well.
And how does that work?
Yeah.
From like a contract vehicle standpoint, how does that work? Like, do you help them find a contract vehicle that they can purchase services, or do you get involved in any of that?
No. So me personally, as like Cully Luthra with 757 Defense, 757 Collab, I'm like the middleman. So really helping the company connect with their government counterparts to facilitate some sort of like tangible agreement, right? Like they'll come to me and they'll say like, hey, we have a problem. And then I will connect them with like the right people to help solve that problem. But we don't have an active hand in creating any of those contracts or anything like that. But 757 Collab and the Mid-Atlantic Tech Bridge work very closely with all of our contacts to make sure that there's buy-in and that people are engaged and the engagements are progressing and going well.
Okay, what are these acronyms? SIBR, sitter, cutter? Like what? Come on, let's just go. I know I live in a Navy town. I know I've been here for 18 years. I should know a couple of these things. I don't. What are they?
So SIBR is a Small Business Innovation Research Grant, and it's like, and sitter is
Wait,
like.
is that SBIR?
Yes, yeah.
Why don't you just call it that?
Oh, you know what? For you, Zach, I will call it SBIR.
This whole time I thought it was a V, not a B. V as in Victor. Now
Yeah.
it's V as in.
But I guess for everybody watching too, it's like it's a non-dilutive grant, like really helpful for companies, especially with innovative technologies. And it's not just limited to the DoD. It's all most of the government agencies, if not all, offer SIBR and sitters, and it's non-dilutive funding, like aimed at helping you fund your research and development, which is super cool. So like it's really helpful for these small businesses to take advantage of it. So
I feel I'm disappointed. I know. No, I'm disappointed. This whole time I'm like SIBR. Like what the hell is SVIR? No. Like where are we going with this?
It's just easier. For me, it's just easier. It's just like boom, boom.
SIBR, yes, I reckon it's easier now. But for the layman, for the civilian, when the people call it SBIR, and now I'm thinking that's what it is, and then there's this other side of it.
Twice the number of syllables.
And?
Dude, I don't have time for that. We got to roll.
What else?
Just saying.
What's the other one? Sitter? SITR?
STTR.
Got it.
That's like the next step. That's like phase 2.
So you get the SIBR, then you get the sitter.
They're like so you have SIBRs like SBIR phase 1 and phase 2, and then the infamous phase 3, which is technically like commercialization. Right. And then sitter is like the technology transfer kind of aspect of it. Like usually you have to partner with a university or something like that.
What kind of coin are these things? Like how much money we throw? How much coin? Like how much?
It depends from like agency to agency, award to award. But like you could see, I know for like Army, like phase 1s, you can get like 50,000 or something like that. But it really varies based off of like obviously the award, but also like the need, the technology, things like that. But like there is like brackets, but those, yeah, I think it varies from topic to topic as well.
Yeah, once you hit the STTR portion, yeah, like the technology is pretty proven. It's so like if you find a organization or a unit, they can put, I don't know what the numbers are, but they can put pretty significant money on towards that to purchase the thing that you are selling. So if you have a unmanned drone or some kind or whatever, yeah, they can purchase those from you.
Yeah.
That's a whole. That's the part of it is so complicated. It's a very complicated. Step one, I guess, is learning the acronyms.
Whenever someone asks me like, what type of businesses do you work with, I say anyone but the government.
It is very confusing, and I feel like that's why accelerator programs like ours are very important, to be able to like not only like provide a structured curriculum around like how to start to do business with the DoD or like how to demystify some of these things that, you know, we're talking about here, but also being able to connect with you with the right people that can actually answer your questions and work with you and kind of hold your hand through the process a little bit. And I think that's what these companies are experiencing right now is like that hand holding, which I think is really important. They are able to ask experts like really detailed questions. Like, for example, like in our kickoff week, we got so many amazing speakers to come in, including the director of the Navy Cyber program and the interim director for the Mentor Protege program, which is a program to like help small businesses mentor with bigger primes. We even got primes to come in as well, like ADS and GTS. So it's really bringing in those people, bringing all them in like to be a resource to these companies and to like help them understand the process since it is so complicated.
But at the same time, the U.S. government is the #1 consumer and spender of money in the entire world. So,
market.
As we know, they spend lots and lots of money. So for some, super worth understanding all the lingo, if you will, to capture some of that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's nice to see like our region. We have so much military, we have so much government per capita. I think we're in top 4, top 5 or something of government spending per capita in terms of regions around the United States. So it's nice to see that we're doubling down on the things that we are strong on forever. We always tried to get away from the military side when we can't avoid that. I mean, that's just who we are. It's the makeup of what we do.
Yeah, I mean, we have a literal battleship on the water side of Norfolk as like a museum piece. Like we can't get away from it, even if we tried. It's there. It's reminding us every single day. And actually, our cohort did take a tour of it as well. They absolutely loved it. But yeah, why not double down? You know, why not? Like we have all this military presence. All this influence in this area, why not bring all the talent here and really double down? And it was surprising even when we were starting this too, that this region hasn't seen a defense accelerator, given that a lot of aspects of our military around here can help companies at all stages, like from research and development all the way to commercialization. So it's really great to like bring these companies from around the United States, show them what is amazing here and show them all the things that they could take advantage of being in this region, but also close to DC as well. And just really accelerate their business and like bring more to this area too.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, you can go.
No, I just want to give a special shout out to the USS Wisconsin.
Oh, that's
as they prepare for, I mean, they deck this thing out for Christmas, and you could, like from a like Clark Griswold aspect of a battleship. I mean, it's pretty magical what they're able to transform that thing in for the holidays. It's I encourage everyone to go and witness it for themselves. It's pretty spectacular.
I'm super stoked for that. I heard about it, and this is going to be like my first time experiencing winter here. And
there's no winter here.
It gets cold.
Compared to LA, there's winter here.
Yeah. And LA, it's like a steady 65. I didn't pull out any of my winter coats. I skipped winter last year, actually.
Wait, excuse me? You pull out a winter coat for 65 degrees? Okay. Is it true that the Wisconsin could still go out? Like, I feel like I remember hearing that for so many years that it's actually
significant. It did before back in the day. I think it did for the Gulf War, perhaps.
What do they call them? Decommissioned?
Yeah, decommissioned. It was like, yeah.
Maybe it has, but I remember like when I was on Granby Street, people were like, "Yeah, I could leave if I had to." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, that's weird."
That's insane.
I don't think so anymore.
That to us
okay, that was a Zach stat. Have you heard of the Ghost Fleet in
That's all gone now too.
It is?
Yeah.
Wait, you know what? Now that Halloween is coming up, it would be nice to know what are like the haunted.
Oh, there's a lot of there's apps and stuff. You can do different ghost tours, especially around Williamsburg. There's a lot of that stuff.
That's fake.
Do you know the real ones, Zach?
No. I'm saying ghosts aren't real.
Oh. Well.
My thing is, I'm not going to argue one way or the other. I'm not going to try to challenge. I'm just going to be cool. Just be cool.
Okay. I will not take that stand.
Well, don't call me.
Do you believe aliens are real?
Do you believe we're living in a simulation?
I mean, I don't think this is a podcast for that. Maybe that's a different topic.
Wow. Sounds
it's like a pretty big. It's a pretty big universe out there.
Yeah, I mean, how could we be so sure?
You've been talking to Charlie too much.
I mean, the crazy thing is, man, like, seriously though, I mean, like as AI continues to develop more and more and more, the thought of there being a simulation becomes more and more probable.
I think we also are beginning to understand the possibility of it a little bit more, maybe, because we can finally see it. Like, if you kind of think about it, humans are a little bit like AI as well. We've evolved, over time, and our knowledge has increased like a large.
Yeah, and I think that like on top of that, like the thing that makes AI so interesting is that they're able to think in ways that humans cannot. So like when it comes for curing of disease or even playing games or coming up with strategies, the AI is able to come up with things that no one has ever thought of before. So it totally changes.
So a few weeks ago, the guy who won the World Cup, Neil, I always think Noah because of Luminoa.
Luminoa.
Neil Piper and Paul Nolte said the same thing. He always wants to call him the wrong thing. Okay, so Neil tells us to read this book, Longevity. I bought it. I think I told you about this, Tim. It's like 2 times thicker than the Bible. It's that big. And what's interesting is I'm not very far into it, 30, 45 pages. And he's talking about how medicine works and how like hard it is to evolve that. And the way that they think is very antiquated, I guess. And so
Wait, what do you mean by evolve?
Say that again?
What do you mean by evolve medicine?
Well, I think I'm using his words, so let's ask Dr. Peta Attia. Well, how they like create drugs. Oh, so he said something like,
like how they like go through like to making it actually like.
It's not about. I think it was something like, it's how to make something the least painful, even if that means it doesn't work as strongly. They're so against certain things. I might be speaking a little out, so I apologize. Read page 27 to 30 of this book. But it's just unique to hear, like, yeah, we could like how do we cure COVID in 2 minutes, but we couldn't figure out cancer yet? Like, it just seems like a little like.
But do you think that we haven't figured out?
Well, that's a conspiracy theory. So we're getting into conspiracy theories.
I don't know if there's no conspiracy about it.
Well, I think money talks, right? I mean,
yeah.
Look at all the people. You know how many different look it was just magically that like we have this vaccine for COVID, and then all of these arenas are now like named after those like shot companies. And all the ads were there.
You're the one saying this is a conspiracy theory.
There's no conspiracy. That's truth. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. Boy, this show has taken a turn.
Oh Lord.
Thanks, Neil.
It just seems unlikely. That's all I'm saying. Let's transition.
AI does give humanity the ability to benefit from thinking about things that we just like. I like the game Go. It totally came up with new strategies.
Go. What's this game?
Isn't that the name of the game invented in China? That it's a strategy game, but it came up with new strategies that had never been thought of before.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you guys see that ChatGPT also released like the most like research topics on ChatGPT? Like, what do users like research the most?
What were the answers?
It was pretty cool. I mean, a lot of it was like, I mean, you have your normal thing like computer coding. Then another big topic was like self-growth and like relationships. Another big topic was like supplementing like your usual like dialogue with like helping your ChatGPT is helping you like refine that. And it was really interesting to see all the different ways that people are using AI. But it looked like everyone was kind of like, my worry is that like humanity is going to like replace their brain with this. But I mean, kind of reassuring to see that a lot of it is like supplementation.
It is interesting in terms of like the people using these LLMs, if you will, as a therapist type of thing. And then, are these records, can someone subpoena those?
Yeah.
They cannot, or they can.
They can.
Right. So their pressure is now, should they be encrypted? Because what if they're using these platforms as a therapist and then something goes wrong? It's really interesting.
Yeah, they like your chat records can be presented in court. Which, I mean, I feel like people should know that before they put anything.
It's funny when we were talking, I don't know, 7 years ago about, remember how the Amazon, the Echoes
yeah.
And everyone was complaining about that. Now all of a sudden we give the computer our information willingly.
Yeah.
In typed form just to find out.
Well, the other thing that's interesting too, like how things have evolved so fast, someone can give away their age really quickly. Like I don't Google anything anymore. Like the thought of like, if you say you're going to Google something, it just tells me that.
Tells me what, Tim? Tells me what?
You're not on the front edge of technology.
That's not true. The robots are wrong just as much as Google is.
No, that is true. I just actually put a new prompt into my GPT settings today. That was like.
But Zach, I'm going to push back on you. I don't care about 800 blue links to go and find the answer.
Well, that's fair.
Tell me the answer.
But when that thing doesn't even know how to change a LinkedIn cover photo, I mean, that's a little aggressive.
Well, that's because you used the wrong tool. But that's neither here nor there.
Tell me how you really feel. All right, let's go. We're not mad at each other. If you're wondering, we're completely fine. Like, there's like people like these guys really going at it.
Heated discussion and like after this, like you guys were gonna like really fight.
Just that could be the thing that the intro thing where Zach and I duke it out over something. Add a little spice to the show.
Ooh, some entertainment.
I didn't mean to offend you, Zach. If you
yes, you did. It's fun. Yeah, I'm severely offended that apparently the LLM of my choice, whatever.
Well, it's because it's using a data set that is like old.
Right. So now he's called me old twice.
This is great. I called the data. The training of data is old. So,
okay, so since we're on the old robot topic, how does the defense space feel about that? And is it something that they're embracing? Are they like where are we on that aspect of it? Because I know salesy, they're using AI, so I guess they have to be embracing it in some capacity since they're in your in defense. But how is just the defense landscape thinking about the robots?
I think they're embracing it. I mean, 10 of our 12 companies are AI companies, and then the other 2 are hardware companies, but those are like backed by like AI and things like that, like and robotics. So really embracing it. And I feel like the more that we can make things more autonomous, especially at the front lines, like you're saving more lives, you're saving more time and you're saving more money as well. So it's like overall a win-win.
yeah, the government is so funny in that way. It's just like it's very, very slow until it goes all at once. Like the same thing. Like I remember when the cloud first came out, the government was like, no, we're not touching the cloud. We're going to do everything locally. We're going to rack all these servers and we're going to do everything locally. And now then all of a sudden it was embraced.
Well, the cloud isn't really a cloud. It's actually somewhere locally. So they lied to us the entire time.
You know what? I'm actually thinking of starting a trendy hardware business. Actual like flash drives and hardware, like make those like trendy and cool again, because
like the Polaroid camera, those will come back.
Yeah, like because I've been reading that like websites from like 2010 and like
GeoCities.
No, like websites, like actual websites on the web are like disappearing, and it's like, well, what is really the cloud? And it's like, how much data will we accumulate in our lifetimes before losing it, or having to like up our storage every like couple of years or whatever. So I think the solution is to get back to the basics and get a local hard drive. And I'm going to make it cool and like, you can personalize it,
Have you watched Black Mirror?
Yeah.
There's I think it's episode 1 of this last season that is based on that, and it's absolutely repulsive and disgusting, if you remember. No, it is. I mean, it was about life and death, basically, and hard drives. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then, like, ads. It's like...
Wait, are you talking about that woman who got sick and, like, they had to put the chip in her brain?
And then they kept, like, the...
Yeah, and then you had to, like, in order to keep her going, she could only stay in a radius. And then if she wanted to leave the radius, you got to pay premium.
Yeah. And just like that show, the way I describe it is like it is enough, it's close enough that it can be real, that it's terrifying. You've watched it, Tim?
No, and I always forget about it. I'm like over here kicking myself because like
it's a show you
watch something, I always forget about it.
You guys can watch it.
That's
so
a
no
episode to watch too.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Zach, where it's like kind of reminds me of like what Neuralink could be capable of. Or like I
think that's what it's based off of.
I read this like one tweet, and it's been like stuck in my head ever since because it was just like so funny. Like they're at this person's funeral and they're like, oh, he died because he couldn't afford his Nestle Plus water subscription. And I feel like that's kind of where we're heading into the land of subscriptions.
Yeah. Interesting from a hardware perspective. I believe Gary Warren said this in the judges room. There was 83 companies at the World Cup finales last year in 2024. I think he said like only like 2 or 3 were software. All of them were hardware. Which was just interesting that would be the case in something so big like that. Do you remember something like that? I know you were.
Yeah, I remember you telling me something about that after the show. But
shocking. Because you would think it would be
hard.
You would think it would be like the space for you guys. 10 of every 12 companies are AI, but they weren't.
The thing is, though, I mean, with AI companies, everyone's doing AI. You don't know what's real. You don't know what's not. We got to look. Right now, it's just like the snow globe. There's snow flying. Every one of these pieces of snow is an AI company, and we got to let things settle to figure out who's going to come out ahead?
Well, we had 150 applications come in, right? And the 5 critical needs that we like sourced for, like, it's all like AI based like needs essentially. And imagine reading 150 applications of defense technologies or dual use technologies for AI. Like, you can get convoluted like pretty quickly. And it's just so hard to determine what's real or what's not. So in our interview process, we actually had multiple rounds of interviews, and we sat down with the government SMEs who actually came up with these topics, and they actually helped us interview these companies and actually asking, like, really getting into the nitty gritty of their actual tech to see, like, okay, is this smoke and mirrors, or is this actually viable? Like, can we actually implement this and work with this?
Because it's crazy how everyone like emerges on LinkedIn as now they're AI experts. And like there's so few people that really understand it and that are truly AI type of developers. And those people that are truly I mean, Zuckerberg's paying these folks hundreds of millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So yeah, there's access to that type of talent is super hard.
Yeah.
I thought what you were going to say there is that you guys use that tool that you guys developed, or Charlie developed, or someone developed, to help filter through. Did you use it? Was it helpful?
So before that, the round of interviews that I was talking about, where we actually like talked to the companies, we 757 Collab and Charlie in particular, we worked on a kind of proprietary algorithm to help us sift through like 75, 80 applications. And it worked really well, to the point where, I mean, obviously we also double checked it with like human interaction and everything like that. But it worked so well that when the SMEs were interviewing the top 30 companies, they're like, we just want to have all these companies in the cohort. Like, they're all just so good. So yeah, it was, we're also using AI over here to help our application process and like help like sift through a bunch of these applications and see like which ones are actually like really, really good fits for the critical need. Like, which one can actually be like a direct fit, and which one can actually like help what these SMEs are asking for.
What week are you in right now of the cohort?
We're in week 4.
Week 4.
Yeah. And exciting stuff. We actually, I think we're basically almost finalized on our tech showcase date in November.
That's exactly where I was going. So keep going. Talk about demo day and what that's all about.
Yeah. So
demo week.
Yeah, demo week. So a couple of our technologies, a couple of the cohort technologies will demo in the field. They, like, will it be Spit, or we might get Stiletto, the boat, to come out and like have the companies go on there. We're still working out those details, and we're specifically working out those details with the companies and the SMEs to see what is going to be most viable. But what we do have kind of locked in is our tech showcase date, where that's going to be all 12 companies basically like coming together, doing like some kind of tabletop demonstration. And we're opening it to people who are in the defense sector, military people, primes, VCs who are interested in this space, anyone who's like defense adjacent and would be interested in interacting with these companies. Save the date for November 5th. And looks like more details will like come to follow, but that's kind of where we're headed.
Is that going to be a all day type of thing, or is that an evening thing? Or
evening, yeah, like a 5 to 8 p.m. kind of situation.
Man, why did you guys pick the 5th? That's our Star Peninsula Championship pitch day.
Oh no.
Well,
we'll have to talk about that after.
Heavy sigh.
Heavy sigh.
Heavy sigh.
But it's amazing. There's a lot of stuff happening.
Well, I think there's a lot of accelerators too that just do like, I don't know. They don't provide that contract or at least really close opportunity to that in the same way. And I don't know that that's really an easy thing to do, from a non-defense side of it. As a guy who used to run an accelerator, I think I would know that. But it's nice that that's available, and that was one of the number one task at hand to be able to have that. So
yeah, we were offering transition, and then I think one of the other biggest perks that really set us apart too is that we don't take equity, we don't take anything from the company. We just want to equip them with the tools and the resources to be able to be successful and navigate this world, and to really just ultimately help the war fighter by giving them the best technologies, and really helping both parties work their way through the process.
I remember the first time you said warfighter a couple weeks ago. I'm like, that was not rolling off the tongue vernacular for me. I was like, is that normal? But I guess it is in your world that's what they call it.
Yeah.
You think they'll be around too? Is that the plan?
What do you mean?
Will there be a 2026 version of this?
We're hoping, yeah. That's what we're kind of aiming towards. And honestly, it's tracking pretty well. The companies are loving it. They've said that it's the best accelerator that they've been a part of, and they've been a part of Techstars and Y Combinator and other defense programs as well. So it's looking really great, and we're really excited to showcase their technologies during demo week, and really show people what they worked on for the past 11 weeks, but also the caliber of companies that we were able to bring into this region.
I'm curious in terms of the founder mix. Are the founders, are they typically prior Navy, prior military, or they've never been in the DoD? Yeah. So was there a preference in terms of who you're looking for?
Yeah, there's a mix of both. We definitely have people who have served, people who have served in the Navy, people who have served in other branches. We have also people who haven't served at all, but have a technology they know is applicable to the DoD. But at the end of the day, these are dual use technologies, so they have both commercial applications and DoD applications. And we didn't really look as a preference that we needed somebody with a prior military experience or anything like that. We were just really focusing on those technologies. And even though someone has served in the past, it doesn't necessarily mean they understand the acquisition process. So I think that everyone's learning something a little bit here.
Yeah, that was because I'm just thinking, as we've learned just a microcosm on this show, just the vernacular of the DoD almost requires a pre-accelerator class for those that have no idea what these acronyms are. So it's just interesting how you're able to merge everybody together.
Yeah.
So that you can focus on.
Or you just don't have a moron like me included. You'll be fine.
No, dude, it's hard.
I think DoD vernacular and DoD acquisition vernacular is different too, right? So I think people are pretty much on the same page when it comes to acquisition. Yeah. And for those who may be a little bit advanced, those are the companies that are helping their fellow cohort companies kind of understand. Yeah. So it's a little.
The master level is when you have acronyms within acronyms. I mean, it's just when you're able to understand that speak, it's like your 400 level class.
Maybe Duolingo can create a military vernacular.
Well, there is a dictionary. There is a DoD acronym.
It's that
maybe that can be another AI program we can develop.
It's crazy.
What's something we haven't talked about that you want to talk about?
There's something we haven't talked about that I want to talk about. I don't know. I think honestly, we covered demo week, which is really what I think I'm really excited about, to really showcase the region. We had a great kickoff week. I know you guys came too.
Yep.
It was
the napkins were great.
Yeah, we got the merch.
How much did you guys pay per napkin for those things? Do you know?
No.
You don't know?
The thing that I noticed was bringing back matchbooks. Yeah, you had 757 Defend matches.
Yeah, I didn't see those.
Oh, you stop by the office, Zach.
Okay.
You walk out.
And my 757 Defend coaster is something that I have in my living room right now.
There was coasters there too?
That was in the goodie bag, in the grab swag bag, if you will.
Well, where were those?
I'll get you one. Stop by the office.
What the hell? Yeah, I did have about 7 of those sandwiches, though. The
little tacos were really good, too.
I did not see tacos. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Well, hold on. I before we get to that, now, do you think you're going to leave? Is this a forever place for you? What is... Because you're a traveler. Are you sold to stay here? What are your thoughts?
I just got here. I need to experience my first. Got here in April.
757 deflect.
August. 5 months. Less than 6 months.
That's the funniest thing Tim's ever said. Did you hear what he said?
No, what did you say, Tim?
I said 757 deflect. No, it's all good. But with that, though, is there in your 5 months here, is there a restaurant? Is there a food that you're like, oh, this is my jam. We need to go here, or I am jonesing for this particular meal? Is anything?
Yeah. Well, first, I want to address the deflect. I love this place. This is a really great place. Honestly, I hated LA. Hated it. And I spent 8 years in DC, and I have to say that there's no other place like the 757. The people here are amazing. The opportunities here are great, and it does truly feel like a great home. Favorite food place? I wish the Grilled Cheese Bistro was open Monday through Sunday, but it's only open Wednesday through Sunday or something like that. But the Grilled Cheese Bistro has my heart.
What's your go-to grilled cheese that they offer?
The elote, but add bourbon chicken.
You wouldn't think elote and bourbon chicken would.
I know. I didn't think so either.
Interesting. Yeah. Is the cheesecake place next to that any good?
There's a cheesecake place next to it?
Yeah, in the corner. Is it not there anymore? No, it's got to be.
What's the name?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Oh, Philly cheesesteak. I thought you said cheesecake.
Hey, that's what I heard too. And I was like, man, I can get down to some cheesecake.
Yeah, I was like, how did I miss a cheesecake spot so close to the office?
You wouldn't think it, but Tim has quite the sweet tooth.
Tim, we might have to do a little dessert tour.
Hey, does that grilled cheese place, there's a food truck called Get Cheesy around town, and they have a grilled cheese donut. Do they have at the grilled cheese place across the street there? Do they have a grilled cheese donut? It sounds really kind of not appetizing, but it is super solid. It's literally a glazed donut sliced in half, and it's on point.
It's the weird combinations, when it comes to the sweets, that are usually actually pretty good.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, it was
people do that with cheeseburgers.
What add sweets to it?
They do a donut as the bun.
Oh, really?
I don't think I can get behind that.
What if you put an egg on it? Would that make it sufficient?
I have not tried that before either.
Well, it's okay. I haven't, and I don't do it a lot. It gets
soggy.
No, it gets eggy because usually it's over easy. So the whole
So then you just have to eat it with a fork and knife, but then it defeats the whole purpose.
Well, do you eat your pizza with a fork and knife? I
do when it's hot. There is nothing worse.
Don't you ever talk to me about using my robot then, or Google?
Nothing worse, dude. When you burn the top of your mouth on the very first bite of a pizza, that is just there's nothing worse. It just ruins it. Just for days, your meals are ruined.
Ruins the vibe. You just gotta.
Yeah. Anyone that was on Team Tim for his little debate with me earlier has now realized that eating pizza with a fork.
I will. That is the hill I will die on, because you have to protect the roof of your mouth.
Okay.
I don't disagree, but I don't think I have eaten a pizza with a fork and a knife before.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if there's way too much flour.
Not opposed, though. I don't have strong feelings either way.
This has been a wild ride. Cully, we appreciate your time. Any final last thoughts?
No, just see you guys at Demo Week. Really excited. Yeah, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for making the journey across the United States to be part of the 757 family. Appreciate what you're doing. Always a pleasure to see you. And we'll
Do
see
you
you in
apologize
November.
again for lying to her, Tim, as we finish
No,
this
she
out?
forgave me. We
You guys are good.
We have moved on.
Yeah, we're good. We're good now.
Good. I'm glad. Peace.